Here in the Falklands, the production of high-quality wool has been the cornerstone of the island's agricultural industry since the first Cheviot flocks were introduced in 1851. 500,000 sheep graze across this rugged landscape, with farmers putting out an excess of 1 million kilograms of greasy wool annually. 61% of the Falkland Islands raw wool clip is exported to worldwide markets by the Falkland Islands Wool Company.
Since 2006, the company have been operating out of the warehouse at FITV behind me. However, over the past few years, the building structure has deteriorated and a new warehouse is needed to ensure the continued output of high-quality wool. Construction of the new wool warehouse by FITV began in November 2022, and after several setbacks with delays to the build caused by weather conditions and other factors, the warehouse was finally completed last week.
There have been hiccups, obviously, with the delay in construction, which has prolonged this process. This is something that was supposed to be done by September, and is now we're in December and we're just waiting on a few little bits, which I can imagine everybody else is also waiting on to see it get concluded. But it's a good project, and we feel that we have delivered what the expectations were, which is a completed warehouse to facilitate, future bales coming through as opposed to being on FITV.
While FITV have delivered on the original project specifications, with the structure complete to the planned measurements, the size of the building is a concern for WoolCo.
There's obviously an issue with the size of this warehouse. It's not as big as the one we're currently in. It probably stores about 1,200 bales less than what we've got capacity for at the moment, which in the good years won't pose a problem, but in the harder years that we're seeing at the moment, will definitely be an issue. It'll mean that we will not be able to take delivery of wool, therefore farmers won't be able to have it tested, therefore we won't be able to put it on the market until we have space to get it here. We have brought this up on numerous occasions with MLAS and FITV, and I'm sure it's something that we will all work towards being able to make this a bigger facility in the future.
The warehouse on FITV can currently hold an estimated 4,000 bales of wool, while the new one on Airport Road is estimated to hold only 2,800 bales, 1,200 bales less. The drop in length is the main issue here. The current warehouse is 2,800 square metres with a length of 90 metres, while the new warehouse was restricted by FIG to only 2,000 metres, meaning that the length of storage space has dropped by 28 metres to 62 metres.
I have heard from the representative from WoolCo that the building is not up to the size that they were after, and that there is potential risk that in wool season that it might not be able to store enough wool. How do you feel as a representative camp about that?
Yes, those I've heard about those concerns as well, and how if we have a season like the last two seasons we've had, then this current warehouse won't be able to cope with the amount of bales that we'll need to store. It would have been nice to have, I suppose, had that factored in the original decision making. Although, of course, if all things going well and there is a regular turnover of wool and things being shipped away on a regular basis, then hopefully you won't have that problem. So I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens and how the wool markets operate into the future.
The move from sea to land has been a long one, and although WoolCo may struggle for space, the onshore location in the wool warehouse allows easier access for farmers. Although the warehouse may look to be complete from the outside, there is still no planned date for when WoolCo will be able to operate from the new premises, with finishing touches to the building, such as connection to the power grid and conduction of certification to be done before the lease can be handed over to WoolCo. As the current season continues and the wool industry faces another tough year, there are lingering questions as to how next season will look if less wool can be stored and be ready to ship on demand.